come in, sir?
Please do come inside.
So, I'm 𝒂𝒂𝒔𝒆.
May you require to wish me?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, young lady. What's your name?
So, my name is 𝒂𝒂�𝒆.
Amrita, please have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Amrita, I must compliment you that you are very smartly dressed, and I quite like the way you knocked at the door,
Thank you, sir.
which tells me that you are reasonably cool, calm, and composed. Let's see how you perform in the interview today.
I will do my best, sir.
Okay, I'm sure you will do well. So, Amrita, you had your lunch today?
Yes, sir.
What was there for lunch?
So, I had sambar as well as chapatis for my lunch.
Sambar and chapati.
Yes, sir.
What a great combination of north and south.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So, Amrita,
Yes, sir.
you've been with us for now nearly 10 days.
Yes, sir.
So, tell me two things you have done in Cavalier.
So, I have turned a more confident individual as I also have progressed and learned more about SSB. I have learned how to sit, walk, eat, drink in SSB. I've learned everything over here, learned more processes about the SSB and have been able to do this because of Cavalier.
I'm very glad that you have turned a new leaf. That's wonderful. So, Amrita, do you have any suggestions as to how we can make Cavalier a little better?
So just interacting with you officers, I think it's the best experience and everything over here is just wonderful.
I'm very glad you think that way. And I must compliment you because you look at things in a very different manner. And people who have a different perspective are the ones who gain the maximum. Because if you find that interaction with officers help you, it will definitely do.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. So, Amrita, where do you come from?
So I am a resident of New Delhi, where I belong to Subhash Nagar, and my colony is Manak Vihar over there. And I belong to Manak Vihar extension over there.
Okay, so you come from New Delhi.
Yes, sir.
Incidentally, we've been in Delhi for a long time, but I have really no idea of Delhi. Why don't you tell me something?
Yes, sir. So I would like to emphasize that Delhi is just like a mini India. It's the national capital of India, and it's talking about socially and culturally. We see a diversity of population in Delhi, also catering to the demands of economy. In Delhi is industrial capital of India also. Coming on to the recent times, sir, by talking about the political situations, we have seen the new parliament inauguration yesterday only in Delhi, and coming on to the religious aspects, we see various religions existing in harmony in New Delhi, where I think Delhi is the state as well as the national capital where citizens work together for the development of the country.
Okay. So if I ever come to Delhi, what will you make me eat in Delhi? Any special delicacy of Delhi?
So, as I told that various cultures as well as cuisines exist in New Delhi. So, first I would like to take you to Karol Bagh as well as Chandni Chowk, where I will like to offer you parathas, which are the speciality of Chandni Chowk and one of my favorite things of Delhi, with dahi as well as also dahi bhalle of Karol Bagh is one of the famous cuisines over there, and various other things like South Indian food of Subhash Nagar is also famous, as well as golgappe and chaat papdi of Tilak Nagar is very famous. So I would like to take you over there.
I really look forward to coming to Delhi and spending a day with you, enjoying all these cuisines. And if I ever come to Delhi, and now you told me that something is in Subhash Nagar, something is in Chandni Chowk, something in Karol Bagh, how will you make me move around?
So the famous Delhi Metro, it connects the whole of the Delhi into one integral whole.
Okay, I'm glad. So you're well aware of the cuisines, you're well aware of the transportation system also.
Yes.
And it would have been excellent had you told me yourself.
Yes, sir.
So this is one lesson that we daily need to take. When we talk of a city, we talk of it comprehensively.
Yes, sir.
Good, I'm very glad. At the same time, I understand you are Amrita, you are here because you want to join army.
Yes, sir.
Why do you want to join army?
So the reason behind can be summed up in just 2 words: the passion for the military uniform. So it is the uniform that Indian Army, basically the officers as well as the staff wears. I would like to emphasize my dreams, sir. My aspiration and my aim to join Indian Armed Forces, basically Indian Army, has come from a little child of 5th class student who first visited maternal grandmother house and saw IMA near the Cesspool village. And from there my journey started, where then I got motivated to pursue my dream and took it to the another level by joining the NCC. And I was in the army wing itself, where I got the exposure to interact with various officers and get the exposure so that I become more determined for my goal.
Okay, pretty good. That's a very impressive reason to join IMA followed by NCC. That's very neat. So it remains for me to see actually are you a dreamer or you're an achiever. Let me ask you another question. Tell me, what do you know about army?
So talking about army, the motto emphasizing the same is 𝒂𝒐𝒂𝒓𝒅𝒊𝒏𝒈, which is the service being the prime duty. Also talking about the same, Army Day happens every year January 15, where I would like to emphasize the Chief of Army being General Manoj Pandey. Coming about to the recent operations of Indian Army, I would like to emphasize there has been historical various battles that Indian Army has fought with various countries, neighboring countries being Pakistan as well as China. However, the recent approach of transformation is taking place in Indian Army, where recent operations like Operation Rose has been launched just to tackle and help our friends in needs, especially in Turkey, where the earthquake hit the population. So helping such people is one of the key concerns of Indian Army.
Okay, that's pretty good. So you are aware that army is divided into some commands, etc.
Yes. So, talking about the same, I would like to emphasize that army is divided into arms as well as services. Where, while talking about arms, it consists of supporting arms as well as fighting arms. While talking about the fighting arms, for the first, being the infantry, also mechanized infantry, and such arms are over there. Also, talking about the supporting arms, being the artillery, also the aviation corps, also being the air defense corps, and various other existing in the same. While emphasizing the supporting services, it talks about the medical corps as well as the dental corps and also other services.
Okay, good. So Amrita, I'm quite amused by this name Amrita. Why have you been named Amrita?
So I have been named Amrita by my father, who basically named me after a goddess who symbolizes for purity. So he thought that I am a symbol of purity in his life, and everything from now on will be pure. So he named me that.
Okay. So Amrita, tell me of your education,
Yes.
starting from class 10 to your present level. I would be interested in knowing the percentages of marks that you got in each class, subjects that you selected in class 11, your future career options. To let me know of all the competitive exams that you appeared in and results thereof. Talk to me of the teachers who have impressed you, others for the reason why they have not been able to do so. Similarly, make a brief mention of your friend circle, boys and girls who are close to you, and others for the reason why they are not. Let me know of your achievements in sports, extracurricular, co-curricular activities, and how is your education financed. Got it?
Yes.
All yours?
Yes. So talking about my education, I did my 10th from Convent of 𝒂𝒑 School, New Delhi, which comes under CBSE board. I got 77.9% marks in my board examination. Coming on to my 11th class, sir, I got 80% marks in that, and I secured 92.3% marks in my 12th, where I did my whole schooling from Convent of 𝒂𝒑 School. Coming on to my graduation, sir, I pursued my graduation from 𝒂𝒑 College, which comes under Delhi University, and was able to secure first division, where I got a grand CGPA of 7.5, accounting for 71.25%. So I also got the Royal Lopez Prize in my college for consistent as well as outstanding achievement. Coming on to my recent education, I am pursuing my Masters in Sociology from DAV PG College, which comes under HNB Garhwal University. So my subjects in class 11 are English, economics, political science, physical education, history, as well as sociology. Coming on to the career option that I have selected, it's the Indian Army and to join the same as a rank of officer. Also talking about the competitive examinations that I have given. So I had given CDS 2 2022 as well as CDS 1 2023, also AFCAT in 2022 and 2023, where I wasn't able to clear any one of them. However, I aim to do so. Also, sir, I had given CTET examination as well as JETLY examination, where I was able to clear both of them. Coming on to the teachers, sir, there has been various teachers who have impressed me over time. While talking about my schooling, the first teacher that impressed me the most was Mrs. Jaya. She used to teach me in class 11th and 12th, basically the discipline of sociology, and she made me fall in love with the subject. So the second teacher that impressed me the most is Mrs. Sharma, who was my class teacher in 11th and 12th. She made me a much more confident individual as well as good in English, where she taught me English also. So talking about my graduation, there are teachers like Mrs. Raha, who used to teach me Indian sociology, and Mrs. Amrita, who used to teach me research methodology in second and third year. So the teachers who have not been able to impress me that much are Mrs. Oberoi, who used to teach me mathematics in class 10. Basically, the reason behind so is that, sir, the rush of the syllabus actually caused confusion in my mind. Also, the basics which were unclear, which actually resulted in my scoring less in the subject in board examination. Also, sir, the another teacher that I would like to emphasize is Mrs. Prakash, who used to teach me history in class 12. Coming on to the friend circle, sir, I would like to emphasize that I have various friends from my schooling background, being Grace as well as Shaina and also Ashwini. But talking about my graduation, sir, I had made friends from NCC background, being Prashun and Yash. Also, from my college, I made various friends, being Malvi. And I would also emphasize, sir, while pursuing my masters, I made some friends in Dehradun also, being Ashish and Shikha. So, talking about my achievements in sports as well as extracurricular activities, I had secured first position at intra-school level while I did tennis for 2 years, basically from 2012 to 2020. Also, sir, for my extracurricular achievements, I had been a debater and was selected as the best interjector at inter-school event in 2019. Also, I had pursued various camps while being in NCC, being the EBSB camp, also the 𝒄𝒂𝒔𝒆 camp, where my most of the achievement has come from the most precious camp to me that gave me the exposure, being the Republic Day camp of 2020, where I represented the Delhi Diet. Coming on to the finance, sir, my education has been financed by my parents completely, where I also gained some scholarships which helped me in doing so.
Okay, that's very good. So we're actually very keen to understand, Amrita, as to the kind of subjects you took in 11th: English, Eco, political science, history, and sociology. That's such a big variety and mix of contemporary subjects. What motivated you to take these subjects?
So basically, the social science that I studied in class 10 gave me that much amount of exposure, which I wanted to explore more in terms of sociology, and I was keen to understand the societal processes as well as the society in which I have been living for so long. So this made me much more keen as well as diverse to understand the diversity of India as well as the world abroad. So thus I chose the subjects.
So do you, at any given time, felt that probably selecting these subjects were kind of an impediment in your selection in AFCAT and CDS where you failed to qualify a number of times?
Sir, the reason behind not being able to, I don't think, sir, the subjects were acting as a barrier or obstacle in clearing these examinations. They were actually boosting my morale to do so. But due to my some pressure or something like that, or unclear basics which I gave the examinations, I wasn't able to do so, sir.
Okay. So sir, I'll be very keen to know about your family too. Well, tell me of your family, your mother, father, brother, sister, anyone else staying with you, their education, their occupation. Talk to me the activities at home in which you get involved. Whom do you approach when you have a problem? Whom do you tell your secrets? How much of pocket money do you get? And if you don't get pocket money, how do you manage your expenses? And do let me know of your neighborhood friends as well. The kind of activities that you all indulge in. Understood, beta?
Yes, sir.
All yours?
So talking about my family consists of my father, mother, and my younger sister. My father's name is Mr. 𝒂𝒂𝒔𝒆, where he has done his 10th and now he's self-employed at MCB Demolition Work. Coming on to my mother's name is 𝒄𝒂𝒔𝒆, where she has done her MSc in chemistry and now she's a PGT teacher of English in 𝒂𝒂𝒔𝒆 Public School. While my younger sister has given her board examinations recently and passed the same with flying color, and now she's preparing for NEET examinations. So, talking about my daily activities in my home, they range from helping my mother in daily chores where I am responsible for dusting as well as some cleaning jobs in my home. Also, I like to participate with my sister in helping her to keep the hygiene as well as serve food to our pet dog, also to the stray dogs where I provide water and food to the same. Lastly, my day ends with my father, spending quality time with him, also helping him in daily expenses by writing the same in a diary. Coming on to the
Yeah, problem secrets, pocket money, neighborhood friends.
Yes, thank you, sir. So, while talking about the problems, I like to share my problems basically with my mother, also at times with my father, who serves as a coach to me in terms of my physique as well as physical activities that I indulge in. I like to tell my secrets to my parents as well as some of my friends. Coming on to further, sir, I get pocket money from my parents, which includes around 1000 rupees for a month, which includes the daily expenses, basically the books that I want to purchase, also the travel allowance that they give me. Coming on to the neighborhood friends, sir, I have various friends in my neighborhood, being Piyush, Latika, Karan, and Muskan, where I had grown and spent my childhood with them. I play various activities with them, but now we all plan together the festivals such as Lodi, Holi together and spend quality time with each other.
Okay, good. I would be also very keen to know about how do you interact with yourself. So, and what do you do in your spare time or your leisure time? What are your hobbies? What are your interests? What kind of books do you read? If you have access to TV and internet, how do you use it? And do describe your routine on a Sunday.
Yes, sir. So, by talking about myself, in my free time, in my leisure time, I try to engage in my hobbies and interests, which are stone collection as well as sketching. The recent stone that I had collected was from Dehradun, Saispur village. And by talking about sketching, sir, I like to sketch on various portraits and use shading as well as smudging for the same. Coming on to the routine on Sunday, sir, I spend my most of the time by dividing my day into various compartments where I try to finish my pending work in the morning hours, and then I engage in household chores with my mother and also try to spend most of the time with my parents as well as my pet dog. My parents, so because I know they will be working for the whole week, so I try to enjoy various things with them. By talking about my the things that I study, basically the books, I like to read research papers, sir, where the recent research paper that I had read was on death rights as well as the theories of sociology of Karl Marx as well as Emily Durkheim. Talking about the TV, sir, I like to see various stand-up comedies with my parents, where my favorite comedian for the same is Akash Gupta. Coming on to the internet, sir, I use internet just to research for my sociology as well as to develop a more practical outlook on the processes that are happening in the society.
Okay, that's pretty well done. So, I was quite intrigued that you are so interested in sociology and you're reading Karl Marx and Engels. So, tell me something about Karl Marx.
So, by talking about Karl Marx, he has been a German sociologist who basically has been able to analyze the class structure of the society and has emphasized the so. He has also talked about various theories that I would like to mention over here, being the Marxist theory, famous one, also the first theory being the historical Marx materialism that he focused on. Yes, sir.
Okay. What is basically Marxist theory? What is he trying to tell?
Yes, sir. So, Karl Marx, in his Marxist theory, emphasized that the society is basically structured into various classes, where there is two class mainly the proletariat as well as the bourgeoisie, where the bourgeoisie exploit as well as take benefit from the proletariat in the industrial society, and thus they gain profit where the proletariat are excluded from the same. Also talking about the same, the Marxist theory later emphasizes and talks about socialism and tells that the proletariat class basically will unite after some time and try to fight the bourgeoisie, and thus that will change the class structure.
Okay. I think probably you answered all the things that queries that I had, and you answered them pretty well. It was pretty impressive. And all this while I've been asking questions and we very diligently answering them. So if you wish to ask me anything, I'll be very glad to respond. If I insist you ask me something, what would that be?
So basically, how was your background in armed forces? That I would like to ask you, sir.
My background, I joined the Navy and I became a diver and a submariner. And I think that was my background. And if I have to say that something that I learned from the Navy is probably tenacity, honesty, ability to hold your morale, self-confidence. And all this while that I've been in forces, I just realized like a room that there are four corners. And for me, in my life, there are four corners. Though they say it is Bhugol, but I see myself as in four corners. One corner is for the God, where I have a lot of faith in. Second corner is probably the blessings of my elders. who have seen me to what the state that I am with my family. And the third and the most important corner is the team that has stood by me. And the fourth is myself, faith in myself. My ability to hone all these things, keep them together, keep on smiling, and keep on meeting objectives. And that's what I realized and that's what I felt. If I ever have to be in armed forces again, it would be again a diver, a commander in the Indian Navy only, not in any other Navy, Indian Navy. This is what I felt. I feel very proud to be in India. I enjoyed interacting with you. Anything else?
Thank you, sir.
All the best. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.